What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews, exclusively here as always on the Casa D18 Studios channel. I, of course, am your host, the Renegade JJ Williams, and today we're going to take a look at the Disney Animated Studios film that is definitely the gem of the Renaissance, quite possibly the greatest Walt Disney Animated Studios film of all time, The Lion King, starring Matthew Broderick, Jonathan Taylor Thomas, Jeremy Irons, James Earl Jones, Nathan Lane, Ernie Sabella, Robert Guillaume, Rowan Atkinson, Madge Sinclair, Whoopi Goldberg, Cheech Marin, Jim Cummings, and Moira Kelly. What's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining me here once again for another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews. And today's episode, ladies and gentlemen, is a doozy. Today we are going to go to the African Pride Lands and take a look at The Lion King. Now, our movie opens, of course, in the Pride Lands of Africa as a pride of lions rule over the animal kingdom of Pride Rock. King Mufasa is the ruler of the Pride Lands, and he shows his son Simba their terrain and begins to explain to him how the responsibilities of kingship and the circle of life, which is what connects all living things, go hand in hand. Mufasa's brother, Scar, covets the throne and plots to dispose of Mufasa, his wife, Queen Sarabi, and Simba so that he may become king. Scar tricks Simba, as well as his best friend Nala, into exploring a forbidden elephant's graveyard, where they are chased by three hyenas, Shenzi, Banzai, and Ed. Now, Mufasa is alerted to the danger by his major domo, a hornbill named Zazu, and he dashes into action to rescue the lion cubs. Now, although he is upset with Simba, Mufasa forgives his son and explains that the great kings of the past watch over them from the night sky, and one day Mufasa will watch over Simba from there as well. Meanwhile, Scar visits the hyenas and he convinces them to help him overthrow Mufasa in exchange for hunting rights within the Pride Lands. So Scar decides to set a trap for Simba and Mufasa by luring Simba into a gorge and having the hyenas drive a large herd of wildebeest into a stampede that'll trample him. Scar then informs Mufasa of Simba's peril, knowing that the king will rush into action in order to save his son. Mufasa is able to save Simba, but he ends up hanging on perilously from the gorge's edge. However, Scar throws Mufasa back into the stampede to his death. Scar then convinces Simba that the tragedy was all Simba's fault, and he advises him to leave the kingdom and to never return. Scar then orders the hyenas to kill his own nephew, but Simba is able to escape. Unaware of Simba's survival, Scar tells the Pride that the stampede killed both Mufasa and Simba, and steps forward as the brand new king of Pride Rock. As his first decree, Scar allows the Hyena clan to live within the Pride Lands. He then fires Zazu as the major domo by making him a prisoner, and he appoints Banzai, Shenzi, and Ed as the new major domo. After Simba collapses in the desert, he is rescued by Timon and Pumbaa, a meerkat and a warthog, respectively. Now, over time, Simba grows up with his two new friends within their oasis, living a carefree life under the motto Hakuna Matata. Simba rescues Timon and Pumbaa one day from a hungry lioness who turns out to be none other than Nala. She and Simba reunite and fall in love, and she urges him to return home, telling him that the Pride Lands have become a drought stricken wasteland under Scar's regime. Still riddled with guilt over his father's death, Simba refuses to return home and storms off. Simba then encounters Rafiki, a mandrill who is the shaman of the kingdom. Rafiki shows Simba that Mufasa's spirit lives on within him, and Simba is then visited by the spirit of Mufasa within the night sky, and is told by his father that he must take his rightful place as the king of Pride Rock. Realizing that he can no longer run from his past, Simba decides to return to the Pride Lands. Aided by his friends, Simba is able to sneak past the hyenas at Pride Rock, and he confronts Scar, who is surprised to see him still alive. Scar then taunts Simba over his role in Mufasa's death, and he backs him to the edge of the rock, where he reveals to Simba that he, in fact, killed Mufasa. Justifiably enraged, Simba retaliates and forces Scar to tell the truth to the rest of the pride. Timon, Pumbaa, Zazu, Rafiki, and the lionesses are all able to fend off the hyenas, while Scar, in an attempt to escape, is cornered by Simba at a ledge near the top of Pride Rock. Scar begs for mercy, and he attempts to blame his crimes on the hyenas. But Simba decides to spare his uncle's life. However, he orders him to leave Pride Rock forever. Refusing to accept the act of mercy, Scar once again attacks, but this time Simba throws him off the ledge to the ground below. The hyenas, who had overheard Scar, maul him to death for his betrayal, as well as his broken promises and constant abuse. Once the dust has settled, Simba honorably claims leadership. Nala becomes his queen, Timon and Pumbaa become his royal advisors, Rafiki becomes Simba's personal advisor, and Zazu gets rehired as the kingdom's major domo as our movie comes to its end. Now, like I said during the beginning, The Lion King is definitely one of those bar setters for the Walt Disney Animation Studios company. I mean, it was nominated for Oscar for Best Picture of the Year. That tells you something about what the Academy itself thought of the accomplishments and achievements of this film. I'm not in this to get into things as far as the Academy goes. I have my own issues with the Academy. I'm sure some of my viewers, my fans, have their issues with the Academy, but you can't take anything away from the achievements of this film based off of the fact that it was nominated for Best Picture of the Year. This film, its cast, is just so amazing. Jonathan Taylor Thomas and Matthew Broderick in the dual role of Simba, young Simba and old Simba. Throw in Jason Weaver as the singing voice of young Simba. That right there is already a hat trick. Jeremy Irons, James Earl Jones, Robert Guillaume, Ernie Sabella, Nathan Lane, like this is just a star-studded cast. It's so great, and I'm actually curious for my fans out there, my viewers, if you can seriously think of a Disney Animated Studios film that is better than The Lion King. It may not be my personal favorite from the Renaissance era. We discussed Aladdin on Monday as my personal favorite. But if we're looking at this from an overall movie animation story standpoint, I think you're really hard pressed to find one better than The Lion King. I'm really curious to see your guys' thoughts. If you're watching the premiere, leave your thoughts and comments over here. If you're watching on demand later in the day, leave your thoughts and comments down here. What Disney Animation Studios movie do you feel is better than The Lion King? Let's engage and discuss. But when it comes to my rating for this film, again, much like Aladdin on Monday, Lion King gets 5 stars for me. Again, is it my personal favorite out of the Renaissance? No. It's my second favorite, though, because there's just something about Aladdin that I relate to on levels. Maybe it's because he's a human and these are animals. If these were all human characters, maybe it would be different for me. But I digress. 5 stars when it comes to The Lion King for me. Again, what do you guys think? My viewing public out there, let me know. If you're watching the premiere, thoughts and comments here. If you're watching on demand, thoughts and comments down here. Let's engage in that conversation. Let's discuss these things. Let's have that banter back and forth because I really look forward to that from you guys. Make sure you guys tune in on Friday, right here to the Casa D18 Studios channel for another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews when we take a look at a Goofy movie starring Bill Farmer, Jason Marsden, Kelly Martin, Rob Paulson, Pauly Shore, Jenna Von Oy, Tevin Campbell, and Jim Cummings. You're not going to want to miss out on that. Right back here on the Casa D18 Studios channel, right back here for another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews. Goofy movie, definitely going to be a fun time. To all my loyal fans and viewers out there that tuned in and joined me today, thank you very much. I greatly appreciate it. Make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure that notification bell is turned on so you can get all the latest news and videos from me. Make sure you share this video with your family, friends, movie lovers, Disney fans, cinephiles, anybody that would enjoy this content. Make sure you share it with them so we can help boost my visibility and the YouTube algorithms so I can eventually get monetized, make some money on this deal. Thank you again to everybody everywhere who tuned in today, and I will see you guys next time.